The sports professor, Rick Horrow, joins Rock and Manooch on Fox Sports 910.
How are we doing today, Rick? Where are you this afternoon?
Wow, that was a good intro. Don't you want to come in behind and say this is our wonderful sports professor? Oh no, the introduction is already done.
I mean, we pay all that money for the big voice guy from Fox in LA to do for you. I mean, I think that's one of the best opens, and I've heard you on multiple shows. No one has an opening like we do. Would you agree?
Yeah, you've never played. You remember that walk-up rap thing that I sent you? You never played that one.
We couldn't get it past the suits.
Is that correct?
No,
is that really right?
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Our guy is out today. Our guy is out today. That would have been responsible for that. So next week we will make sure that is it. That's put in the mix here.
Well, that would be interesting. So I just got back from Chicago. I got my Cubs fix yesterday and the day before. I now have my Kyle Hendricks fix. The Braves are up 1-0, and they're about to go up 30-0. Hendricks is on the way to the bullpen, on the way out to being released, I suspect. But that's okay. Wrigley Field is still 36, 36, 36 every day and every night.
Yeah, it's true.
And so, how are we doing with the Diamondbacks ballpark?
It's
good question.
Yeah, I mean, they
very good question.
Marlins tomorrow. There is some rumblings of different places that a new stadium could be built, but I don't know. You tell us. You're a sports professor. This is what you do. You do all these deals all over the world. Give us the latest. Give us the latest.
I know a little bit about it, and there's an owners meeting that's going on today. Mm-hmm. But seeing how I know more than you do, and for me to maximize my ignorance about it, I'm not. And I brought it up, so let's go on to the next item. Maybe there's another day where we can kind of talk about that a little bit more. But your show, your agenda. So what can I help you with?
Well, speaking of owners meeting, why would the owners have any kind of heartburn approving Tom Brady as a partial owner and or minority owner of the Las Vegas Raiders, Rick?
I don't think they ought to have heartburn, to tell you the truth. But a lot of these limited partner deals depend on the financial deal, and in some cases, the finances are out of whack. I would not say that they are. I have no idea to tell you if they are or not, but that would be one of the only reasons. And the other reason is that they shouldn't have any problem of approving any limited partner in any context, anywhere, as long as the numbers work. It's almost a courtesy to suggest approval. So I don't think they should, but we'll see.
From that particular standpoint, we were sitting there thinking maybe, well, he hasn't signed his retirement papers yet, that if a player, active owner in the NFL actually plays, that could be some kind of conflict. I mean, that's never happened. Well, let me back up a little bit. Has it ever happened? Has there been a part owner? I don't know if Jordan or anybody else was a part owner while they were still playing. Maybe you can go back in the annals of time and let us know.
Yeah, no, I will. My first instinct is that it has not happened. And my other instinct is that, he will be a lead analyst in the booth next year. Another sport, for that matter, probably shouldn't either. So, we'll follow it up.
Rick Horrow joining us here, Rock and Manooch and Jimmy B. So the NCAA Board of Governors, they approved the terms of this multi-billion-dollar settlement in the House versus the NCAA class action lawsuit. I'm trying to get my hands on this, Rick. I see north of $2.8 billion in payback damages. And I'm wondering, how would they distribute that money to the former players? I mean, is it all going to an even number? Does it go on how many games you played? What sport you played? How would they determine on those dollars that would go back?
Well, I'll only tell you what happens in other class actions when there's a large settlement around a class of different actors and plaintiffs. They let the judge allocate the formula based on what the lawyers suggest. So there will be, briefing about, if the court does it, about how to settle to the satisfaction of the entire class, because the settlement requires everybody to sign off and there be releases so you don't get sued again. In order for that to happen, the court's got to be very clear that everybody gets what they need and everybody signs off. So it's a negotiating process that the court's involved in.
And on top of that, you look at this. Can we say now, Rick, that amateurism in college sports is null and void because you got these guys going to be part of the profit distribution for colleges now?
Well, you know, I'm not sure that this was the reason why we went from education to commercialization. I mean, we've had a whole lot of stuff going along the way, including the validation of NIL and making that the reason why kids transfer with the transfer portal. This is just one of the next steps. And I don't think anybody can seriously think that commercialism hasn't invaded college athletics. You know, it's probably more significant. The next thing we're going to see are these equity funds that are even larger now. And we'll see equity funds that may own pieces of pro sports franchises actually own assets of college football, college basketball programs, and or conferences. And, you know, look for that to happen very soon.
Rick, do you expect a revenue share model for the athletes? So I saw a report that said like 22% of the power conferences, which is like roughly 20 million, would have to distribute that money to the athletes. And I'm just wondering, does a bench kid make the same as a starter if that would happen, if there was some kind of revenue model?
Well, the best models that athletic directors embrace are the ones with NIL today that will have the collective provide the same amount of money for each athlete, regardless of skill level or performance level. It takes a lot of discretion out. It makes it easier for the athletic directors. But that doesn't mean they're going to impose their will on the structure, and that doesn't mean that's going to be the structure. I think that's just what most people would prefer.
Are you expecting a revenue share model for athletes?
Yes,
you are.
I'm absolutely expecting revenue share model for. Yes, I am, and I'm expecting it as early as next fiscal year, because that's what everybody is talking about now, both publicly and in all these board meetings at all of the conference levels. That's what's coming up and that's what's coming out, and it's not that much different than taking some money off the top and doing it through NIL. I think the biggest issue is who controls and who distributes.
So this movement, next 10 years, moving it forward, I got to imagine Title IX will be somewhere in the middle of this as well, too, now, Rick. But moving forward, does this take a lot of that pressure and heat off of these Power One schools or these divisions as far as distribution is concerned?
Well, it takes a lot of heat off once the allocation is created, but it certainly puts a lot of heat on as it relates to just another very large revenue item that athletic directors and programs are responsible for. Construction of facilities, debt on the athletes, coaches, salaries, manpower, and now you got to pay the athletes too. So, it may be easier because everybody knows what the rules are going to be, but it's going to be harder because you got to find the money.
Hey, Rick, did you ever have any discussions, or have you ever met the new AD here at Arizona State, Graham Rosini? He got officially announced today.
No, I have not.
Okay.
No, I've not. Of course, I knew Ray.
Yeah, I knew you knew that.
Anderson very well, and so he did. Look, he's inheriting an incredible number of assets. You got great programs in every context, and you got to hope he does well.
It's interesting, though, is Michael Crow, the president, he turned heads today in the press conference because he said he didn't formally interview any other candidates for the position. He said he talked to a few candidates, but he never brought anybody in. That's unheard of, isn't it, this day and age?
Yeah, but legal. It's not the Rooney Rule.
Yeah, very true. Yeah, very true.
But it's also no different than in-house guy who is everybody's favorite that comes in and is just elevated after an athletic director chooses or says that they want this person to succeed them. So I don't know if he's going to get in trouble for that statement. Michael Crow Barry really gets in trouble for any statements he makes.
College football on Friday nights. FS1 looks like they're going full force in effect. Content and the new wave of college football, not only on Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Looks like it's headed that way. Full slate, except they start with September 13th, I believe, on FS1.
Yeah, and by the way, I just heard that high schools are officially shutting down all of their football programs, so there will be no more high school football ever.
Yeah. I hope not. I hope not, Rick.
They can't. Yeah. Well, first of all, they're having trouble finding competent coaches to assist.
I can see
but
that.
Then even more important, you like that?
Yes.
The second is there's no date. In all seriousness, whatever happened to Friday Night Lights?
Yes.
It's light. The lights are there, but it's just for a whole bunch of other stuff too.
So, are you going over the pond soon, or what's up? What's on the schedule for you?
I got a heck of a trip planned in. Well, first I'm going to the U.S. Open for golf in 2 weeks. I'll be in Pinehurst. That U.S. Conference of Mayors, Kansas City. So I got that, and then beginning of July we're going to do the British, and then play a little golf in Ireland. Then go to week 2 of the Olympics, and then come back. This will be a 3-weeker.
Did you say when we first brought you on that you got your clubs, got new clubs in Chicago?
Yeah.
Or fitted in Chicago?
No, I got them fitted in Carlsbad, but I played golf.
You went to Carlsbad
and Olympia. Yeah, I went to the Kingdom.
Of course.
I got fit. I got fit at the Kingdom, and now I hit the ball straight.
Yeah.
I hit it. Hit my drive 175. How's that? Ooh,
wow.
That's not true.
Rick, did it come with it?
You know what it is? Yeah, it comes with you know what it is? It's 3.
It does come with apparel. The clubs came with some apparel. What to wear, what not to wear.
Away from you. See, I'm taking the line away from you because you're not that quick.
I know. I was trying to set you up, and you got you. That's why you're my mentor. That's why I only took one class at Penn. You took all those classes at Harvard, so I mean, trying to be an Ivy Leaguer, but I just wasn't there long enough. Because if I was,
you still have a chance. We can send you to graduate school somewhere.
Hey, I will try to do that, Rick. So, well, Rick, as always, thank you so much for your time today. We appreciate you. We're thinking about you here at Twin Peaks.
All right. Yeah, good. I'm glad you're there. When I started this interview, the Cubs were in the game. Kyle Hendricks, the Cubs are down 3-0. Just yet another series loss.
Hey, real quick, we have your Florida Marlins. We have your Miami Marlins coming in town tomorrow. What is the deal there? Are they going to be able to? Are they going to stay in Miami with their stadium, or what's the latest on that?
Yeah, I mean they can't. Baseball's not going to let them. I mean they could move, they could stay, but But the stadium is great in the middle of. It's a wonderful stadium. Maybe the wrong location, but really nobody goes, and it's really sad. Because it's hard to get out of a branding funk, and that's part of the problem.
And parking's never an issue there, right?
Well, yeah, but even if it was, I'm not. I'm on a boycott with you. I'm not talking.
Yeah, all right. I tried going down that road, but it didn't work.
He's got connections in Miami.
He does. He's the sport. Yeah, he is Mr. Miami. Believe me.
Oh no, I'll get you. Look, I'll get you all the parking passes for Marlins games you want.
Thank you, Rick. Have a good weekend. Have a Memorial Day.
All right, you too, man. Good Memorial Day. Bye.
That's Rick Horrow joining us, sports professor here. Follow him on Twitter at Rick Horrow. Again, he was responsible for bringing the Miami franchise to Miami. That is one thing that he actually negotiated. Big into that. He's got plenty of books that you can read up on all that at Rick Horrow. So check it out. Well, coming up, we'll take you around the NFL with some quickies.